Hey gang, so today's a sponsored video by Big White EDC, and they have sent us the soda by Clown Orange. And I've got to say that when I first got this, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was very good. It was really hard to move around. It wasn't fun. It pinched. It was not enjoyable until I pulled some magnets, and now this thing is buttery smooth.
Buttery smooth.
This is probably the best square slider that I've tried so far. It's very similar to the Gladiator, which you may or may not know if you've watched my videos, but I love my Gladiator. So let's not waste any more time, okay? We'll get this under the camera, we'll have a look, we'll open it up, we'll look at magnets, we'll look at all kinds of stuff. All right, let's go. All right, so here is the soda. Now, as I said in the intro, at first I didn't like this. It didn't feel good. It was hard to move. It snapped a lot. You know, I'm not a fan of when the magnets are so strong that they always like pinch your skin, so you have to be careful. And in general, it wasn't enjoyable. It didn't have a nice smooth movement to it. And I was going to give up on this. I thought, you know what? This is not a winner. This is going to be one of those sponsored reviews where I don't like it. Until I decided to open it up. And let me show you what I did. Now, trusty piece of metal. Now, here's the one thing with the soda that I don't see very often in fidgets now, is these are Phillips heads. These are not like the regular, like your T6, your T8, your torque bits. These are Phillips. And it does come with, you know, one like the little mini tools. But I prefer just using the little iFix kit and just like a regular sized screwdriver. So let's open this up. We're going to take these out to show you. Sorry, I know my hand is right up at the camera. Get our little box. This, in case anybody's ever wondering, I know someone reached out to me and asked me what I was using for this tray, and this is just one of the Tinker Force trays. The difference is I got the version without these pockets kind of built into it, or these trays built into it. I prefer being able to just kind of bring that piece in when I need it. And plus I just find, you know, in all honesty, this is better for recording videos with, because then I can put the tray center and the fidgets themselves stay in the middle of the shot instead of having these trays along the top that kind of get in the way. And then, like I said, this tray, I just kind of move it in when I need it. And, you know, you can pull out these dividers if you want. So I just find this, I find this pretty handy. All right, so the soda is a little different in terms of how the plates come off. So once you unscrew the plates, turn it over. I guess it's not really different, right? They're just these shapes are always kind of done in a different way. This isn't two plates that come together. This is inset, so the plate is set inside. So there's one side. I'm going to cover it up first, the secret, so I don't show you the modification I made. You know, modification, because I am a scientist with fidgets. I'm really not. Okay. Come on, you. These little screws are kind of annoying sometimes when they stick inside, so what you can do is with these kits, like again, I use this iFix-It kit, and you know, it comes with a lot of the people that do this kind of stuff have these kits, but this is great. It was on Amazon, super cheap. It comes with all the bits, an extension, but what I love is this little magnet. Come on out. I use this magnet all the time. So let's get this guy. Now, I've learned that as I kind of navigate through the fidget world with fidgets, a very important thing is when you get your first impression of something. Oh, look at you. You're still in there? Oh, no. No, they popped open. Okay, we'll have to test those in a minute to make sure I didn't lose the polarity. Sometimes they flip. So anyways, let's get back to this for a second. I'm hiding this. What I've found is if I don't like a fidget on first try, then I open it up and I should check out the magnets first, because so many times just changing a magnet or pulling a magnet out will completely change the feeling of the fidget. So in this case, this guy has 8 magnets surrounding. Okay, so these are the magnets that do the work. This loose magnet is the one that pops up when you slide it, so that's what gives you that rattly sound. If you don't want the rattly sound, you could just take this out or put something in there to prevent it from moving around. So what I did is I took out the middle magnet on each side of the second plate. And what that did is it really, really changed the dynamic of this slider. And in fact, I don't know if you've seen my my Gladiator review or not, but it gives it basically the same feel as a Gladiator, which is really, really nice. You can kind of mash it around and stuff. So this is the only way I will use this. But the minute I took out these middle magnets on the one side, I loved it. It changed it immediately, and I play with it all the time now. So I was really shocked by that. So I mean, I shouldn't have been shocked. We'll say pleasantly surprised. Do you like my hand gestures? Because you can't see my face. So when I lifted this, I heard the magnets kind of popping around a little bit. So I want to see if they have changed polarity, if they kind of like popped and flipped back down. So what I'm going to do is check with my magnet. So in this case, what's also great about having a magnet like this, like in this tool, is that again, this is a certain polarity, right? So this side is an opposite polarity to this side. So I'm going to take my magnet and I'm going to hover over it. And as long as each magnet is pushing against this little magnet tool, I know that their polarity is correct. So that tells me this polarity should pull to the magnet, which is a bit more of a pain to check, but it's still an important process to make sure everything is right. So far it is. Get in there. Okay, so all the magnets that matter are in the right polarity. Oh, okay. So my center one, however, flipped on me. Get out. So this guy flipped. It is now in the incorrect polarity. So what I'm going to do is pull out one of these and I'm going to flip it. Oh, look at that. Ooh, so this isn't good. This is what happens, I guess, with these cheaper magnets, though, is they crack. So this magnet just cracked open. So that's something to keep in mind. Sometimes they do come with cheaper, these cheaper magnets. So this one has chipped on me. So be it. What I need is a way to get, there we go. And then I can pull them both out. So you can see the middle magnet is actually thinner than the corner magnet. And again, that's because it needs to pop, right? It needs to sort of move around. So we're going to get its polarity corrected in a second. So I need to make sure I am going at the right angle, which I am. That's good. That's good. No, these guys want to switch up. Okay. So again, I know this is the correct polarity for this side. And you can see that because they're all wanting to stick to each other. Get in there. Okay. So now, this little guy, make sure this little middle one gets pretty annoying because they want to connect to these outer magnets so badly. Ah, disaster. Get in your hole. That's your home. Okay. So I'm just going to pull this guy out, flip it around, make sure it's the right way, and just, nope, get in there. There. So when dealing with magnets, one of the things that really helps is when you push it into the hole is slide your other object that the magnet is stuck to. Slide it off, because once you break the contact with the magnet like this, right? If I put this in, oh, look at that. Okay, so there's an example. They're all, two of them are stuck together. I want to slide away. So when I slide away, it breaks contact. Okay, so same with this one. This is in the hole now. I'm just going to slide it away. All right, let's finish this mess. Now, also, okay, well, wait, let's put this back together. Bink. Come on. Why are you ruining my video? Something in there? No. Okay, there. All right, let's put this back together. Oh, we're missing one. So I've got my 4 here. It's always critical to have some kind of metal or some magnetic surface to work with when you're doing these. In a pinch, you can use the other side. You know, like I could stick them together, but it prevents you from working on both of them at the same time like this. And there are cases where you do want to be able to open up both sides. I guess, right? We're all different. We all have our own ways of doing things. Nobody's perfect. There's no perfect way. But I think my way's pretty good. All right, we're going to get this last screw on this side. Okay, so there's one side. Now again, this little magnetic bit, so good. I can just use it to collect things. Really, that iFixit case is awesome. If you were working on any fidgets, if you buy fidgets, I think the one thing that most people realize fairly quickly on is that when they start getting into fidgets, they also start getting into maintaining fidgets. And whether it's fixing magnets that pop out, changing bearings in some way, you know, whatever you need to do, if it involves opening up a fidget, you need a tool set. And relying on the tools that the manufacturers send to you, while it's nice that they do send, you know, little mini versions of the proper tools, it's better to have a full, you know, a full set of tools that work properly. So get that out of the way. You are no longer needed. So this now is so smooth for me. Like, I actually really enjoy this now. And the rattle sound, the rattle is just those two center magnets that are popping up every time they come in contact with something. And that's all it is. If you took out those middle magnets, you would get a much quieter action to it. But I like having the little Rice Krispie kind of rattle to it. The price currently is, now that's for the stainless steel. But again, if you use the code, you get 10% off the Fidget Fix. Bink. So that's it, gang. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. That's a nice send off. Come on, come on. Try it again. Hey gang, so today is a sponsored video by, video? I keep saying video.